about. But then there's always that sneaky bastard in the back that comes from behind and steals all your that steals all your sodas, whatever it is, in whatever place it is. They always sneaky. There's some sneaky people, and that's the Democrats. The Democrats, they work together with Republicans. I don't know if anybody's ever gonna get that. But we don't need that anymore. We have to demand better. Just praying and voting ain't good enough anymore. I had to get rid of Christianity because I didn't see Jesus coming through. And Jesus still ain't coming through. Some Christians believe that, God let the devil run rampant for 7 years. That was somebody told me the other day. A Christian told me the other day, God let the devil run for 7 years, but it's been over 400 and something. So he's been running for a long time. I don't get it, man. I don't know what he will. The dumb draft is the NFL draft is in the Great Escape. I know folks is happy. I know ABM is happy that Justin Fields but Justin Fields wasn't all that thrilled. And he had a reason. He knew that. I think that's what he knows. I think you see through the BS now. You don't sit there and smile and you see. He had the sense enough to know not to go to the draft and then hung up on Roger Goodell. That's some bull crap. Like you said, Sid Jack, when you run up on Roger Goodell and start hugging his ass and shit. See, they make these guys into being a savior. They make the NFL seem like it's a savior. This is all we missed at the NFL draft. If I have a little video that I'm gonna grab from my phone of the NFL draft. This is all you hear from the NFL draft anyway. Is how so and so. He came from the bottom. He was living in his car, and now he's crying. Now he'd be crying real freaking big tears after he gets his name called, because he gets to make money from this white owner of this franchise that is gonna now take care of him as long as he plays on field. He's gonna take care of him. But as soon as his career is over, he'll be disposed of. They don't show you that part. They only show you, oh man, his dreams are coming true. I heard somebody say it on Chief Rocker show about somebody's dreams are coming true. This guy gets hurt, it's gonna be the biggest nightmare. He's gonna have the biggest nightmare. It's gonna be over. Then and they usually just dispose of you. I got some videos here that I want to share with you if I could. I listened to I got into TikTok because TikTok, they have some guys that be telling the truth. I don't even know which one this one. Let me turn off that part because my ring is going off every time somebody come to the door or pass by the door with the car or something. But you look at this one.
Conclusion of slavery, you had nearly 4 million people that were freed. Which means that if the population is growing, let's take the halfway point. Let's take the halfway.
Here's a guy right here that I listen to. TJ from the 9th. This guy, he be talking make some great points about I'm trying to find the one where he talks.
When you get people like Herschel Walker.
Oh, he talking about Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker, one of the biggest coons there is. See, this is why I don't look forward to NFL draft, because I believe that all the NFL draft people do is they're gonna end up being the next kiss ass. And like, there's very few LeBrons and shit that's gonna come out of that. I mean, I'm talking about NFL draft, NBA draft, all of them. All of them gonna be ending up kissing. Most of them gonna be ending up kissing ass out of it. You can bet it. You can bet. There's not a lot of Kenny with the Kenny Smiths and stuff. There's not gonna be a lot of them. That most of them gonna end up kissing ass so they can have their next. They can make some more the next check from them. They can make a commercial for Snickers and stuff. Because they care about all that more than they do the rest of us. They feel like they're different and set apart from the rest of us, too.
All of this shit that feels good in the ears of white people.
Here's what he said about
when you get people
TJ
like Herschel
from the
Walker
ninth.
Talking all of this shit that feels good in the ears of white people. What would make him say something like that? See, there is a real addiction to this data boy from white people. There are some African Americans who are addicted, right, to receiving this kind of attention from white people. They love to be known as the black guy who doesn't feel like the other black guys. Like that is their whole claim to fame. Herschel Walker is one of those guys. He's one of those guys. And what gets me about Herschel Walker is that he is kissing the ass of some of the most racist people in this country. The people in Georgia. They're some of the most racist people in this country. The fans that support the University of Georgia. You don't believe me? Go ask Justin Fields. Go ask Justin Fields how many niggas they called him.
Yeah. That's why probably Justin Fields don't be smiling and shit. Justin Fields, he know the truth, man. And then he probably saw all that. He witnessed all that stuff in Georgia, and he heard what they were saying about him in the draft, and he saw his stock fall all the way down to 11. So, when he got the call from Chicago that he's going to Chicago, he wasn't going to smile and stuff. He just patted his family on the back, and he knows that just because I'm going here don't mean that I'm going here to be successful. Just like Lamar Jackson, they didn't care. They don't care about him. They don't give a damn. And really, my new belief is now to just, I don't even want to support any football at all. I'm not going to be watching none of them damn games, not NCAA. I don't even think high school is all that good because they find a way to start this whole cycle back in high school. They decide who's the top recruit and who's on the bottom recruit and who they're gonna covet, and they want the ones the submissive black person, the submissive kid who just carry out and do whatever the boss says. Because I remember I had my nephew, and he was playing basketball, and they really wanted him to just sit there and take an abuse. They had somebody, they had sent one of those guys to abuse my nephew when he was in practicing. They were practicing, trying to toughen him up. They felt like they were toughening Joe up, my nephew. I'm sorry. So they was toughening him up by, having this other guy they sent to abuse him. My nephew ended up punching him in the nose, punching the kid in the nose. He was not taking that. And then after a while, he began to see less playing time, and he started to ease his way off on the bench, more on the bench all the time. And then they ease him out of the picture because he already showed them that he wasn't going to be that submissive black guy they want to play these sports. See, but we get all excited about the NFL draft like it's some type of savior. Like they end up looking at these and they end up looking at white guys because that's who they end up playing for. The coaches and that they end up usually playing for in the league are a bunch of white guys, a bunch of white dudes all the time. They 70-something, 80-something% of us on the field playing the game, but only less than 10% of the coaches, the head coaches. So you're looking up to them. And that does something to your mind. If you don't believe it, it does something to our minds. And then from there, we end up we're set up to just, if they just see me as human, or if they just see me as normal, if they just, and we stuck with that in our mind, and it stays with us. If they just see me as, so that's why folks be crying at the daggone Derek Chauvin decision like it was a daggone victory that we always wanted. But that was one case in a many, when many of those cases turned up against us. The attorney general, usually whoever's trying to prosecute, that they would choose to prosecute, usually doesn't prosecute the cops anyway. They usually turn it down. I'm gonna thank you for listening to Mr. J Twice. He's in the chat. Thank you. It's crazy, man. We're always here. So no matter what, we're always here. We're always thinking we're gonna be that exception. But it just doesn't happen like that. We have to realize and want better. You heard from all the, Biden is just about as terrible as Biden ain't really. He's more quiet. I guess people like their racism quiet. That's what he's more quieter than Trump. That's the only difference. He's not he's not on the opposite end of the total opposite end of Trump. He wants to he's still trying to smooth things over with the people that didn't vote for him. The ones that did vote for him, he felt like he got them in their back pocket. They always going to be there no matter what. And, that's... And you're not, and if we don't vote for him, we're not black. That's what he said. That's what he believes. You ain't got to listen to my words. He said it. You can go on any site and you can hear what he said, man. The guys know these people are the same. They sent Tim Scott said that racism this country isn't racist. And the vice president just went ahead and believed was just agreed with her on that, and that we should just we just have racist things we're trying to fix. So they're gonna fix a system that's they want to fix a broken system when that's not the problem. The problem is that this system needs to be completely dismantled, taken apart, and don't even use the pieces anymore. So we gotta just tear this stuff up, and then we need to start anew. And they don't want to do that. They want to keep this one going. So what that means is the system stays in place, and our people that are on the bottom are on the bottom. Never to get off the bottom. And that's the message, man. That's the message. I just want to tell you that message today before I get out of here, so I can do something else. I got some work to do. I don't want to hold you up, and I know y'all want to listen to other podcasts and stuff. I guess I'm gonna let you do that. So I'm going to take this quick break. We're going to play some. We'll come back.
When we have this conversation, please understand, we're talking about we are the only group, American descendants of slaves, that has been multi-generationally, consistently, habitually relegated to an underclass in this country, where the government has consistently weaponized itself and all of its institutions against American DOS. That is only us. No other group has that claim.